Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Monmouth Park here on Sunday. It is July the 31st, 2016. It's Haskell Day down on the Jersey Shore. We have an excellent card of racing from Monmouth. Might be a wet day of racing from Monmouth also, so just keep that in mind when you're handicapping. Before I get on to this, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections and stuff. So I'm going to look at the stakes races, starting off at race number 8 and ending off at race number 12, the featured Haskell. So races 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all the stakes races. So let's get on to it. Today's 8th race, and I'm going to say it in my own personal view. I cannot call this race the Monmouth Cup. It will always be known as the Meadowlands Cup in my heart, and it's the second running. Unfortunately, well, it's not actually the second running. It's probably the it's been at the Monmouth since 2011, I think. But it's the Monmouth Cup here. Grade 2, purse $200,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Going a mile 16th on the main track, which will most likely be a very wet course. Mile and 1/16th. And if you just think, when this race was at the Meadowlands, it was running the 2nd October of November, or the October, excuse me, a prep race for the Breeders' Cup Classic. And you have to think of the good horses that have run in this race at the Meadowlands. Ali Sheba comes to mind. A horse, Dynevor, I think he won in 2004 or something, because I remember going the year Dynevor won. It was always a good race. Since it got moved to Monmouth, not so much, but maybe in a few years' time, hopefully the Meadowlands will get the casino. They can bring this race back to its home and become one of the best races in North America. But with that being said, it's not the best running. There's two horses in this race I think could really are the main standouts. Those two horses are the 2 and the 6, and I'm gonna go 2-6 in the pick 6 that starts at this race. But in a super effective wager, I would go 2-6-5-4, 2-6-5-4. I would use the 2-6 in the 20-cent Jersey Shore 6. Number 2, Brad Esther as a top selection. 6-5, Joe Bravo. And the 6-year-old horse at Lionheart. Lionheart, I believe, won the Haskell in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. But last time out, it wasn't Lionheart. It was Roman Ruler, I think. Lionheart won something else, but it was Roman Ruler who won this race, who won the Haskell in 2004. But back to the horse. I could get sidetracked a little easy, as you can tell. But last time out, ran on June the 18th. Brett Esther, Mile 8th, and Stephen Foster. This horse won by half length, on the lead all throughout, and a little over at 9-1 that day. It was just a very game victory, and that's Stephen Foster under the lights. Then here at Monmouth, 1 mile on the 21st of May in the Majestic Light Stakes for $77,000. This horse won by 2 1/4 lengths, again on the lead all throughout, and it was very clear. Monmouth is a speed-favoring racetrack, so just keep that in mind. This horse on a wet surface has run once. He finished second. You have to go back to quite a while ago since he's ran on that wet surface. But I think this horse should do well. He's coming in the race really good. He's 2 for 2 in the last 2 starts, or 2 for 2 this year. He ran the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last year, finished 9th behind Liam's Man, who ran an absolutely hell of a race. This horse set the pace early in that one, but then weakened. And then this horse finished second to Philip Iceland and won this race last year. I think this horse should have a strong run here today. 6-5. I know it's not the best price, but watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for race number 8 from Monmouth Park, and dare I say, the Monmouth Cup at the, it's the Monmouth Cup, not the Meadowlands Cup. It's the Monmouth Cup. I'm going to go with the 2-horse Bradester. I'm going to go 2-6-5-4. 2-6-5-4 here in the Monmouth Cup, not the Meadowlands Cup. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Monmouth. The 9th race is the 71st running of the Oceanport Stakes, grade 3, purse $150,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses traveling a mile and 1/16th on the turf course. Hopefully this race gets to stay on the turf course. Mile 16th, and my top selection here is going to go to the 7-horse Ward Dancer. I'm going to put this horse into a superfecta. I'm going to go 7-5-2-8. 7-5-2-8. And the pick 4, there's an all-stakes pick 4 starting off with this leg for a guarantee of $400,000. I think I would use all 4. If it gets taken off the turf, I have no idea where I'm going to land on this in this field, I think I would maybe go with the 8 horse if it's on dirt. Uh, but hopefully it does stay on the turf because I really like the chances of the 7 horse War Dancer, especially the price at 8 to 1 here for Florent Giroux coming in to ride this one. Last time out, ran at Woodbine a mile quarter into Dominion Day. This horse finished fourth by 6 3/4 lengths that day. Set the pace early, but weakened in the stretch. It wasn't the best of runs for this horse on the Tapeta surface. Then on April 23rd, down at Gulfstream Park, a mile and eighth, an official 6-2 claimer, first start of the year. This horse won by 2 lengths. It was a very clear victory. And then last year came the William McKnight at Calder Gulfstream, where it's run now. This horse finished seventh by 8 1/4 lengths at a little under 3.5 to 1. Just weakened that day. He's back to a turf course. I think this horse will really do well on. It's kind of sometimes it's a speed favoring course. And he's cutting back in distance. He won at a mile and the eighth, but he was running these mile-and-a-half races last year and the mile 3/8 races. He's cutting back to the mile and 16th, right? Something like that. Yeah, they're running a mile 16th today, not a mile 8th. He's cutting back to that mile 16th distance, which would be perfect for this horse. Hopefully, he could conserve enough of his race to win. So I'm going to use this horse here at 8 to 1. Will love the price. So to recap my bets for race number 9 from Monmouth, it's the Oceanport Stakes. Going to go to the 7 horse War Dancer. Going to go 7-5-2-8. 7-5-2-8. So now let's get on to race number 10. The 10th race from Monmouth Park is the 72nd running of the Molly Pitcher Stakes. Grade 3 purse $100,000 for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We only have 6 horses in this race, traveling the mile and 1/16th distance. But my top selection in this 6 horse field will go to the 3 horse Super Majesty. Super Majesty. God, I have to stop doing these videos at 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't speak. I'm so tired half the time. But number 3, Super Majesty, if we could say it right. 3-6-1-2 in the superfecta. If you're gonna play the pick 4, 3-6 maybe. It's a weird race, because I think Super Majesty could be a single on a lot of tickets, and I think I make 2 tickets usually when I make a pick 4. I'll make a ticket that's like a normal $24 ticket, and then I'll make like a cheap ticket that's no more than like $5 at the most. So I think he would be the single. She would be the 3 horse would be a single on the cheap ticket, and I would maybe go 3-6, but I think the 1 and 2 have a strong chance to win also. So maybe if I have the extra money, I would go 1-2 also on that expensive ticket. But number 3, Super Majesty, Florent Giroux, 5-2 for Steve Asmussen at a Super Saver last time out. Ran at Prairie Meadows, mile 16th in the Iowa Distaff. His horse finished second by 3/4 length while setting the pace early on that day. Just weakened in the final few furlongs. Was 50 cents to the dollar that day, so keep that in mind. Then in the Dew Point Distaff down at Pimlico, mile 8th on May the 20th. Horse finished 4th by 1.5 lengths, set the pace early that day, and then weakened late. The winner, Hot Chocolate, ran a hell of a race, and I believe that was the race. That race was on that Friday card, and Hot Chocolate, I think, let me hit that pick 6 or pick 4 for a nice amount of money. But no, it was Black Eyed Susan, but I had Hot Chocolate. I think Hot Chocolate was a single. But back to this race. As I said before, I could get easily distracted. Back to the horse. This horse then ran the Madison before the Dew Point Distaff, the Madison at Keelan. This horse finished 10th by 13 lengths, first start since last year's Breeders' Cup Filly Mag Sprint. It was just a disappointing 10th. I don't think that horse is ready for that start. Since then, I think this horse has been training really well, going the 2 turns, which is something this horse has done once before 2016. That was at Del Mar going a mile. This horse finished second. I think the move out east helped this horse a lot. So 5-2. I know it's not the best price, but I'm going to use this horse as a top selection. So to recount my bets for the Molly Pitcher from Monmouth Park, I'm going to go with the 3 horse, who is Super Majesty. I'm going to go 3-6-1-2. 3-6-1-2. So now let's get on to race number 11. If you found your way around race number 11, you should get like a prize because it's a very difficult race to get your head around. The 11th race is the 51st running of the Windstar Matchmakers Stakes, Grade 3, purse $100,000. For fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 12 horses traveling a mile and 1/8 on the turf, mile and 1/8, and if I have the extra money, I would go probably 8 deep in the pick four in this race. But with a superfecta and top selection play, I really like the 5 horse Tammy the Torpedo. Gonna go 5, 10, 111. 5, 10, 111 in the superfecta. I would use all those 4 horses in the pick four, and I would add 4 more horses to that, as in the 3, 6, 8, 9, 3, 6, 8, 9, along with the 5, 10, 111 and that pick four. But top selection here will be the 5 horse Tammy the Torpedo, 6 to 1 Paco Lopez, Chad Brown out of More Than Ready, this 4-year-old filly. Last time out, ran at Parks, Philadelphia Park, July the 4th, and a mile 16th in a Dr. Penny Memorial. This horse finished 4th by 3.5 lengths that day as a favorite. Was drifting out in the stretch and just weak, and it wasn't a very good run for this horse, making his first start in about 4 months or 3 months, something like that. April the 2nd was the start. Before that, Gulfstream Park, 1 mile in the Honey Fox. This horse finished 5th by 5 1/4 lengths behind Celestine, who was a winner of her next start out, I believe, Belmont Stakes Day in Just a Game. But this horse, again, didn't have a very good closing kick. And then the Swanee River at Gulfstream Park, Monmouth on February the 4th. The only winner for this horse this year came in that race by 1.5 lengths on the lead throughout. A very easy victory. Has never run here down on the Jersey Shore at Monmouth Park, but I think she should have a good start here. This horse won the Tropical Oaks at Gulfstream last year. She won an allowance race at Belmont on October the 18th after a long layoff of about a year. But I think this horse will have a very good run. I'm very confident in this horse's chance of winning here. So going to use this horse. So to recap my bets for race number 11 from Monmouth Park, it's the matchmaker. I'm going to go to the 5 horse Tammy the Torpedo. I'm going to go 5, 10, 111 in the superfecta. I would use all 4 of those horses to 5, 10, 111 in the pick 4. I would also add the 3, 6, 8, 9 to the pick 4 also, because I just think this race is wide open. So now let's get on to the featured 12th race, and the race everybody's been waiting for. It is the 49th running of the Betfair.com Haskell Invitational, Grade 1, purse $1 million for 3 rolls. We have a field of 6 horses traveling a mile and 1/8. It's a very deep field. Let's meet the field. Starting off with the 1 horse Nyquist at 6 to 5 with Mario Gutierrez. He's going to be a top selection here for me. I really like his running style over this Monmouth course, because it's Monmouth does play towards front runners sometimes, and you do have a horse that loves to slop here, and that's going to be Exaggerator. Now with the slop, he is undefeated, Exaggerator on the slop, but on a track that really likes the front runners, I think Nyquist will have a little bit of an edge here. That's why I have this horse on top. I'm gonna go 1-4-6-5, 1-4-6-5 here in the Haskell. But number 1 Nyquist, 6 to 5 Mario Gutierrez out of Uncle Mo. The horse is not out of Uncle Mo, not Mario Gutierrez. But last time out, this horse hasn't started since the Preakness on May the 21st at Pimlico. This horse finished 3rd by 3.5 lengths that day. Suffering his first career loss, was a little bit wide. He was getting pressure early on by the Uncle Lino, I believe it was, and it got to him. He really started to weaken in the last. In the top of the stretch, and that let Exaggerator really romp home to a very nice victory, and Cherry Wine come home to a very nice victory, to a very nice second place finish, Cherry Wine. But start before that came the Kentucky Derby at Church Downs Mile Quarter on May the 7th. This was won by 1/4 lengths. It got the dream trip. Finished was second basically until the top stretch. Got the lead and really didn't look back. A very good victory. Had the dream trip, I must say. And then in the Florida Derby, this horse won by 3 1/4 lengths. Was a little bit wide on the lead all throughout, but it was a very nice victory. San Vicente was a very nice race also. Something else, the Preakness was the first start. This horse really got pressure on the front end, and it got to like I said, it got to him. He just weakened off that day. A race I really like. His Breeders' Cup Juvenile run was pretty good because he broke absolutely horrible, but overcame that to a very nice closing victory. But on this racetrack, I think he has a lot of speed. I think he's a main speed. Gunrunner has some speed. American Freedom has some speed also. So I think those are 3 main horses that are going to be the speedy type. Sunny Ridge, he could be a stalk. He has a stalking kind of run, and Exaggerate. I think he just has a very nice closing kick. I have as a second horse on my ticket. I have the 4 horse Gun Runner, 4-1 Florent Giroux for at a Candy Ride here. Last time out hasn't started since that win about 6 weeks ago at Churchtown. This horse won by 5 1/4 lengths at 10 cents to the dollar, and it was an easy victory. And then this horse finished third in the Derby, won the Louisiana Derby. He has a front running style also. He can maybe be an upsetter also. And I have Exaggerated for third. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Will I use the first 3 in the Superfect in the pick 4? Will I just single Nyquist on in the pick 4? I'm not sure at all. But I have a feeling Bob Baffert's not going to win this year's running. And I'm going to be screwed now for saying that. But American Freedom, he's run very good at mile 16th, around 2 turns. He won the Sir Barton and won the Iowa Derby, but I just personally think there are better horses. The Derby horse is a lot better. So to recap my bets, race from 12, the Haskell Invitational from Monmouth Park. Gonna go with the 1 horse Nyquist as the top selection. Gonna go 1, 4, 6, 5 as a superfecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.